Okay, so I am going to go through all three of those points. Hopefully, I can do that well enough. So, if you look at. Okay, I didn't realize that was in a different folder. Movies. Terra Nova. Okay, so this is a TV show. You can see how it's named. So, it's named like. What am I doing? It's named the name of the show. And then somewhere in the file name, it'll have SO1EO1, which stands for Season 1, Episode 1. And you can see it goes through like that, as you would expect. I'm going to rename a different file. It's not a movie, but let's pretend it's a TV show, just for the sake of argument. Let's rename. Okay, so let's say this one was written Terra Nova, name of the show. The rest of it doesn't really matter. It might say 01X02 and then blah, 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 blah. That can be the name of the episode. So that indicates in the file name that that's the first season and the second episode. The reason why I'm asking for this is because older TV shows that people have downloaded used to be named in this way instead of having the S and the E. So having that recognized instead of the S, as well as SO1EO1, that naming convention, that's what I'm asking for. So it recognizes both. Because at the moment, if it doesn't recognize it, what actually happens is it says unknown, and then it doesn't get any of the data. So I'll open up the app quickly. So you can see the stuff on the top here. These are the default categories the app gives you automatically. Now at the moment, I don't have Code Geass or Scride installed, so I can't really show you. But instead here, it'll say unknown instead of a name, and it will just have this picture as the picture. And if I click on that, it should come up with, it'll say like this. It'll say unknown. It'll have no description. Whereas if I click on something that is recognized, you can see it has all the movie data. So at the moment, we're getting our information from two places. The movie database is one of them, and the other one is TVDB, I think, is the other one. You'll see straight away anyway. But if you go to that actual website that we're getting the information from, things like Code Geass or Scride, which is what I used in the description of the point, if you actually type that in, it'll find it. But if you enter that name on a file on my phone, it'll come through as unknown, and it won't actually show like the picture or any of the data or anything. It just can't find it. So hopefully that covers the second and third points. Now the only other one is the first point. So I want you to pay attention right now to how quickly it opens up when I press security. So I'm pressing now. So look at how quick that was. Now, if I press on the TV show, I should have told you when I pressed. Sorry, I'm pressing now. So, look at how long that took to open after I pressed it. So, you can sort of see what I'm trying to get at. It takes a long time. Now, the guy that initially made this for me told me that the reason for that was because I think it goes through every single episode before it opens it, whereas with a movie, it just opens it automatically, and he said there was no way around it. But my point was, I can load, in this app, I've actually loaded in over 100 movies, and it's loaded in all the data, all of this stuff on the main page, instantly. The moment the app opens, it just shows it already. My point was, it doesn't need to go through the data for every single episode. It's literally, the logic shouldn't be different from the main page. It should just show all of that, and then when you press on each one of these, it should take you to the episode. Now, initially, I didn't want it to say Terra Nova SO1 E09. I wanted it to say the name of the episode instead, but that never wound up happening. I'm happy to get you to do that after this gig, or if you want to do it as a part of it, I don't mind. This, as I'm recording this, I'm also seeing a additional problem which wasn't listed, and that is you can see Terra Nova is listed twice. So the reason for that is if I click on it, you can see this one has Terra Nova and then the year written there. Whereas if I go back, this one doesn't have the year written in it. So I think that has caused it to be listed as two separate things. I'm guessing there's probably a way of ignoring anything in brackets like that. But yeah. I think the logic needs to be changed a little bit so it can see the metadata and all of these sort of problems just don't wind up happening. Let me know what you think though. And yeah, get back to me. Hopefully this has helped.